Hello everyone and welcome. I think it's high time we had the Mythra isn't a Rushdown discussion. Quick disclaimer that I look at these kinds of topics from the perspective of high to top level play. Mythra functions just fine as a Rushdown at lower levels because people don't know how to deal with her. But at higher levels, the Rushdown plan starts to fall apart. And I'm going to try my best to explain why in this video. Previously, I made a video where I talked about Mythra's frame data in comparison to other similar characters, and how Rushdown as a playstyle made no sense for her. To quickly summarize, while her movement speed is faster, her frame data is slower than Rushdown characters like Fox, Roy, or Sheik. Additionally, she doesn't have the shield pressure or shield safety that is needed to perform the role of Rushdown. So on the surface, Mythra may look like a Rushdown character, but when you dig deeper, you may find she's been put into the wrong category. In my opinion, what makes the difference between Mythra and an actual Rushdown character is their shield pressure and Mythra's lack thereof. Rushdown characters usually have a bunch of moves that are so safe on shield you cannot feasibly punish them, meaning they can often hit your shield multiple times before it's your turn. Their safe moves can lead to more pressure and puts the opponent in terrible situations. Eventually the opponent has to act or they'll get shield poked. They want to get in on you and stay there, even if, and especially if it's on shield. Even if they didn't hit you, hitting your shield is just as good. By the way, if Mythra is hitting your shield multiple times, you gave her permission to do that. She's hitting your shield and you're doing nothing to stop her. I know it's usually because people are unaware of how unsafe her attacks actually are. Like, oh, Mythra is super fast, that must mean her attacks are safe too. No, not exactly. Something else people don't realize is that Mythra's approach options are actually really linear. In neutral, she only has a few options available to her. Run up jab, not safe on shield. Run up tilts, not safe on shield. Dash attack, not safe on shield. Jump in with aerials, usually neutral air, not safe on shield. Dash grab, laggy. If you've been paying attention, you might have noticed that majority of these options lose the shield. And you might say, but Base, she can fake out her approaches with movement to keep you guessing. Yes she can. Congratulations, you've moved on to the next layer of neutral. Mythra has to heavily rely on her movement speed to bait the opponent into doing anything. Because her other moves aren't safe enough to poke with, she's practically forced to do that. And that's a big reason why, in my opinion, Mythra doesn't perform the Rushdown role very well. With that out of the way, what category do we put her in then? Well, there's two different playstyles I have in mind. Bait and punish, and hit and run. Or perhaps a combination of the two. With playstyles like these, you're mainly looking to use Mythra's movement instead of actually attacking. Just like Sonic, Mythra can punish people from across the stage, so it's important to use that to your advantage. Playing like this is a lot more reset heavy. After getting your opponent into disadvantage, you want to back off. This gives the opponent a false sense of security. The opponent thinks they're free to attack you, or perhaps they'll burn a double jump to get somewhere else, or maybe the air dodge. This is where you want to go back in to cover your landing or punish their aggressive option. Rinse and repeat for as long as you like. Another example would be a simple bread and butter like down throw up special. See, you have a lot of control when it comes to where to land after Mythra's up special, and the trick is to land close to your opponent so they think they can hit you. The opponent then gets baited and swings. But you're not in range of them and gonna get a free punish for their foolish attempt. These are all relatively small examples, but I do hope you get the gist. You want to move around the opponent's range as much as possible, but not so close they can actually hit you. You just want to make them think they can hit you. Having one of the best initial dashes in the game, Mythra can easily weave in and out of the opponent's range. Also, Mythra is one of the fastest characters in the game. You can take your time. She doesn't need to constantly be running at people like a simpleton. Instead of going on the aggressive, possibly overextending yourself and dying horribly, you slow down the pace. I'm serious though, Mythra dies so easily when you overextend, it's actually hilarious. But yeah, Mythra loves it when you approach her. When the opponent makes the first move, all she has to do is punish. Wait for the opponent to commit to something, and strike. Dash attack is absolutely your best friend for stuff like this. I'd argue it's one of the best whiff punishers in the game. Huge range, really fast at frame 9, and the knockback angle sets up terrible situations for the opponent. One last aside, but I want to mention that Pyra wants to play in a similar way. She has even worse approach options, but unlike Mythra, she has good poking tools. Pyra can use down tilt and forward tilt in neutral because they are safe on shield with proper spacing, especially forward tilt. Forward tilt is her DLC move actually, it's so dumb. Her aerials are also safe enough when well spaced, so she has a variety of moves to choose from. So, while Mythra baits with movement, Mythra baits with proper shield pressure from a distance. Just thought I'd throw that out there, even if this is a Mythra-centered video. And yeah, I think that's it for now. For the longest time, I wanted to properly explain why Mythra as a rushdown doesn't work, and I hope I managed to get my points across. Like I've said in previous videos, Aegis is probably one of the most flexible characters in the game, and can therefore fulfill multiple different playstyles depending on what you want. So yeah, play Mythra in whatever way you like, just know that Rushdown can be a bit of a struggle when you play against better opponents. That being said, thanks for watching, and hey, there's more videos to watch right here. Take care.